Hello and welcome to Women in Crypto. And we have with us today Donna, who is our favorite guest appearance. And we also have Dr. Andrea Adams Miller. She is the hot to trot Bees.Social, okay, crypto lady who brings us the most exciting guests and news of the day and week. Welcome to you all.
Well, thanks for greeting all of us, Ellen. It's been really a fascinating 2 weeks after the NFT Connect conference, and we have another one of the women speakers on Women of Crypto today from the women who spoke at the NFT Connect conference. And Donna Hopkins, she was there as well and got to hear our guest. I'll tell you now who it is, so you don't have to be guessing. It's Tal Navarro, and she did an amazing job speaking on several different platforms. And Donna, why don't you give us some of your feedback? And you're on mute,
I know. I was
just so you
trying to
know.
be really quiet. No, Jill was absolutely wonderful. The panel that I liked the most was the women's panel, and they talked about all aspects of Web3 and how what an impact and a difference it will make in many women's lives, and the fact that we're very anonymous when we are on a crypto kind of thing because doesn't matter if you're male, female, or what. And it was just very interesting to listen to all the different aspects, and it was very impressive about seeing how many women were really in the tech field and really out there doing a lot of amazing work.
Quite fascinating. Ellen, do you have her bio up? Are you able to introduce our guest?
Let me see if it's in the chat. I hope so.
It is. It is. While you're
Okay.
pulling that up, then I'll share a little bit about her. So, my opinion in meeting Tal and getting to know her is that, she really has this really great quest for knowledge and a desire to be able to share it with other people. And one thing you may not notice about her when we're talking is because you can't see it on her face, but she is expecting. And so, part of the questions I wanted to ask her today is what are the things that she sees that'll be possible for her child's lifetime that weren't available to us in our world, and what kind of innovations and things are coming visible to her through her pregnancy and as she's thinking about moving forward into parenthood. So I'm a little excited about doing
Nice.
that. Ellen, do you have that up?
Yeah, I do indeed, and I'm ready to go when you are.
You're all set. Go ahead.
Okay, so it gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce Tal Navarro. She's known as the social lady. She's a forever dreamer and an unconditionally positive human being. She spent many years of experience in the online world, and now she's ready to share her knowledge and expertise with all of us. And she's here to guide us on how to use various tools available in the digital field. She's a firm believer that when setting goals and destinations for ourselves, we must not forget to enjoy the journey. That is so true. So, she's going to share with us a little bit about her journey. And before she does, let me just tell you, she identifies herself as a self made woman. I love that. Okay. She started to work when she was 6, and she's never stopped since then. With one suitcase and big dreams at age 21, she opened her first ever company in New York City, of all places, okay? Toughest place on the planet. And the business has failed. But that's how you learn, right, folks? And it was the best thing that happened to her because she now has loads of experiences and lessons that are part of her journey today. Okay, and I just need to tell you this. Her adventures led her 3 years later to the Caribbean island of Anguilla. Anguilla. Okay, I know I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. But she devoted herself to kite surfing. Okay, how many of us kite surf? So it was there that she learned the revelation that she can run a successful business. See, there's nothing like failure to give you the confidence that says, I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm not going to let it kill me. I'm going to get back up, take this by the horns, and let it roll. So, Tal, I don't want to tell everybody everything about you. I'm going to save some for you. How's that? Welcome.
Where did you get all this info from? This is amazing. It's a part of my life. This is
Yeah.
so funny. This is amazing. Thank you so much for having me today. I
Well, we're
Well,
appreciate
thank
it.
you
pleased to
for
have
joining
you.
us.
Hmm.
And just so you know, I'm not running that kite surfing equipment dealership company anymore. I've sold it many years ago. We're talking about 15 years ago, and today I'm running my own digital and Web3 marketing agency. For the past 7 years, I've been doing digital marketing for the past 17 years, and I'm very happy to be here with you girls and share whatever you guys want to hear.
Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Who's got the first question? Because I got a ton of them.
Well, I'll go ahead and lead, and then Ellen and Donna, you please jump in and ask her. So, Tal, one of the things that I was most intrigued is I was really the whole idea of starting out as a parent in a new world where your child is coming into uncharted territory. And I think it's exciting and fun. And I wanted to know your first idea and thought of that, of what's possible for your life.
Are you talking about my life or my little one's life?
Both
Or both?
both together, because yeah.
So, first of all, I have a 2 years old angel at home, and I am going to mint my next boy on May, which is 2 months from now, which is very exciting. I'm going to have a rare piece, one on one, not for sale, um, priceless because it's so expensive. So, being a parent in this lifetime, first of all, of course, it's exciting. It is challenging as well. It makes you think a lot. I think, first of all, being a parent, it makes you think a lot, period. It doesn't matter what period of time you are living at. But we are living in an amazing times when everything is being shifted and changed so much. I see myself right now in a place like I feel like 16 again. I feel like
Mhm.
we're at the beginning of the internet. Remember, there was the beginning of internet somewhere 20 years ago when no one really understood what's going on, and not everyone believed in it. They thought it's a bubble, they're going to explode and all kind of things, and there was a little bit of chaos. And then after there was actually a drop down, there was a big success for social media platforms. As we all know, it took over the world, and we are today. So when I started to discover social media, I was really very young, and I was diving into it and build a business out of it. But it was an exploration time, like exploring time. And I feel the same today. I feel like since I started to work with the Web3 and the NFTs and the crypto world, I actually feel like 16 again. I feel like I'm discovering everything from the beginning. I actually started to dive into crypto in 2016. At the end of 2016, I was purchasing some cryptos, and I was on a board of some companies that they were at the time very big, and somehow on the way of my journey, the crypto has set on the side. And when NFTs started to come up and rise, I came back to crypto world, and full of energies and very excited to see, my wallet that actually had a few coins that suddenly became, different values, and I understood the power of it and the opportunities that there are. And I'm very excited for my child because on one side I can say I'm very excited for her because she's been born into a place where things are going to be different in so many matters for so many people. So for me, I feel that the Web3 world is bringing a lot of opportunities for women. It's bringing a lot of opportunities for niche cultures and for people who are it's very hard for them to bring out their voices. Maybe on the real world they're less being heard. they're more afraid to bring their voice out. They maybe get even less salaries in big organizations, or they're less, they're being treated differently. But when we're going to the Web3 and to the NFT community and to crypto community, I can see there is a big shifting where women can actually bring their voice out. Women can actually lead
Yes.
projects. They can lead a conversation. They are actually equal to men. No one cares if you're a woman or a man, where you're from, what's your language, what's your color, what's your gender, what you believe in. It doesn't matter. If your project is good, if you're willing, if your purpose, if your utility behind it is good, if your story is strong, and if you are firmly believing in what you are doing and you are good in your heart. And today it's a lot about audio apps. You can hear the people. It's not anymore just a JPEG where someone can filter himself and put a picture up. You can actually hear the people. You can having conversations with people, and that brings a whole new level um, of opportunities for many people and for women as well. And I see it as a very good thing for my future children, who will maybe raised into a world of more equality. People have more equal rights, and people, I mean men and women. And it doesn't even matter if you're a man or a woman, and today you have both in the same person. It doesn't matter. Who cares? There's no difference between any of us. We are all waking up and going to sleep, and between that we are all human beings, having the same problems in different shapes, in different forms. And I think the Web3 enable you to actually put that out there. On the other side of it, I'm just a little bit concerned about all the metaverse, which is amazing again, because it's gonna allow people from different places in the world. Me as an Israeli who grew up in Israel, I saw a lot of countries around me that's suppressing women, that they're not able to leave the house, they have to marry at very early age, all kind of things that going on around. And it was always my mission to help women, to encourage, to empower women, to give them the tools and the opportunities to grow and be themselves. And I think that the metaverse is actually a place where they can actually meet other people, meet other ladies, meet each other where they cannot do it physically in the physical world. But on the other side, it's seeing my children growing into screens and growing into the virtual world, and maybe it's going to be laking with the real reality around them. But again, I'm not a future predictor, and I think this space is going to evolve and change so much that we're just at the beginning of everything.
Very insightful. Thank you for that. Now, you, then as I read up about you, you've become an icon. Okay, people really think of you as the social lady, and I see you as being someone who is a role model for young women coming along. And so I wanted to ask you, because they're going to ask you, or they want to know, let's put it that way. You are a wife, a mother, a businesswoman. You have extraordinary ideas. What's it like for you to manage all of that and not lose energy or focus? Tell us what a day in your life is like.
A day in my life starts at around 5 a.m. and finishes around, could be midnight, could be after, could be before if I crash out and can't handle the tiredness. But I got a 2 years old. I remind you that she's the boss in the house. She makes the rules, and she's the wake up call at the end of the day, and it's always around 5:30 a.m. But since I'm awake, my day has been split into a few things that are most important for me. And I think this is the way to live. When you do something that you really love and passionate about, that's how you really can make the day go and enjoy the day. It's not about the make the day go. I can't wait to wake up to the new day. I can't wait. I have fire in my butt, to wake up to new opportunities, new clients, new conversations, and to my baby. So let's rephrase it. I can't wait to wake up to my baby and then to all the rest. So I dedicate the morning time to my daughter. No calls, no stages, no spaces, no clubhouse rooms, nothing, no human beings except me and her. And at around 8:30, she goes to school, and then I start my official day, my work day, and it divided by the way that I see it to be divided, the way that I think that it should be. So I dedicate my time to my team. I have a team that sits in different places around the world. I have team sits in Amsterdam and in Houston and in New York and in LA and in London and in Malta. And did I skip anyone? I don't remember, but they're all over the place. And so that's why my time zone is all over the place as well. But at the end of the day, we are a company that having fun working together, and our clients are our family. We love to, I love to work because my work is what I'm passionate about. It's really helping others to get this get it's helping other get presence online, building themselves, building their brands, building their opportunities to be discovered, and to make a sell if it's needed, if it's brands, if it's NFT projects, to build their communities, etc. And I'm so enjoying to see the results, and I'm enjoying to bring my knowledge and value out there, and I'm always in the go to explore and create new things and create new initiatives and projects. So I'm working with this nonprofit to help abandoned children. We're doing it for 2 years now, to support women who are in need when their childs are born with disabilities, and also with this project of those abandoned babies that I'm very dedicated to for a couple of years, that we are running all their socials, and I'm very dedicated to do what I love. As I said before in the beginning, when you do what you love, you don't work, period. You just enjoy the day, every moment of it. And I'm just living my life in a way that I've built it, in a way that I am doing what I love. I enjoy the journey. And that's the most important thing for me. If I start not to enjoy, I shift. And I do, and it's not simple thing, I shift, but I've shifted a lot of times in my life because I think the world is changing, we are changing, our surrounding is changing, our thoughts and feelings are changing, our age is changing, and my desires for kite surfing 20 years ago are not the same today. So I've shifted, and that's okay. That's the beauty in life. Shift. Don't be afraid to make a change. Don't be afraid to follow your dreams. Even if your dreams are changing, that's amazing. That this is good. You don't have the same dream all your life. That's okay. It's legit. You can have the same dream all your life. That's also legit. That's also great. But if you are really want to live your life to the fullest and manage your time properly, you want to do what you love to do, and you're going to enjoy every moment of it.
Donna?
I appreciate that train of thought because I've always felt that it's so important to have passion in what you're doing and to be able to still take care of family, take care of all the other aspects that there are in our lives. And I remember in the beginning when I first had children, and I was like, all of a sudden, what do I do now? Because I couldn't separate that I could have more than one goal in my life. And it took me a while, but the gift that I was given by women in my life and my mother and all of that was we're able to do anything we strive to do. And the Web3, I believe, is such a great avenue for us to do that. And I like what you said too, Tal, about the fact that it's anonymous in so many ways. It doesn't matter who is who, or what race, or what anything. It's just we're all the same. And I think what really attracted me to Web3 and what I really got out of the women's panel there in Phoenix was that we're able to do anything we set our minds to do. And we have the freedom to do that. And I'm very grateful to have that in my life today.
That's why what Tal said about feeling like she's a teenager again.
Yeah.
It's amazing because I feel the same way. Dr. Miller, let's hear your input.
Oh, thanks. Um, you know, uh, I find it very fascinating because I have the pleasure of being on different radio shows and stages and engaging with different people and hearing opinions from so many different cultures and male, female, transgender, wherever whoever is sharing information. And what I'm finding is that uniqueness, that they feel included in this space that's coming, and they feel like they can show up and be who they are and be real and transparent for the first time. And the idea of a smart contract almost gives them the freedom that almost, it's not even the freedom, it's almost like the expectation to be real and to be fully candid with everything. And at the same time, it gives people the space to create who they want to be and to show up how they want to be. Because definitely, if you're using an avatar or a life or a situation, you can choose to show up in a way that best reflects the light that you want to shine with people. And to me, that's very exciting to see how people are recreating themselves and how they want to show up, and the authenticity of what they want to be versus maybe uh, the authenticity of what other people have formed opinions about in the past. So it's kind of a fun way of looking at things. Tal, your comment, feedback to the three things that us ladies shared.
My comment, I love it that it's also kind of more anonymous, but also it's kind of a community driven. So when you have a PFP of a bee or of a cat or of an ape or whatever you have, you're belonging to something. And the community driven, it's so beautiful to see how everyone has the same, not the same, but everyone has his own PFP on the spaces, for example, on our Twitter, on Clubhouse, or even on Instagram. Now you see all those profile pictures related to a specific community. And I think having the opportunity to be in a community that is in part of something that is bigger than you, a lot of people always needed that, and it gives them sense of belonging, sense of being part of sense of being part of something that is bigger than them, and that they have a purpose in there, and they're making a change. And I think that's the beauty of this space as well. So that will be my addition for that.
Nice. Wow, this is interesting. You've given us so much to think about. We've got boatloads of questions and can't figure out which one to ask you first.
Well,
So,
and I wanted to share too, we have amongst us that are here, Donna, Ellen, and I are all part of the bees community. And if I heard correctly, I believe you're one of us now too.
I have had a bee a long time ago, before the I knew about the NFT Connect and or anything. I was on one of your spaces, one of the B spaces, and I saw the community, how beautiful it is, and I saw the art. Oh my God, the arts guys are is insane. I love it, and I went and I picked obviously a female one with the lipstick and the eyelashes. Then I had to grab her. I had to snipe her. So I am a proud owner of a bee for sure. I'm a
Awesome.
working bee, you know. Yeah, I have to have a bee.
I
that's
love that. Yeah, so I was quite pleased to hear that. And we certainly encourage and love on anybody who would like to be a bee or a bee supporter. And you can learn more about bees. You can go to socialbees .io if you want to obtain your own bee. There are some NFTs floating around that some people are open to sharing or part with. And that was after our original launch, where we sold over 10,000 of them, I believe, in less than 24 hours. So
wow.
there's a lot of bees out there. They went to originally to 6.2 thousand people. So there's a lot of bees out there floating around that we haven't had the pleasure of engaging with yet. So I'm excited about that when we do. And then there's the Bees University, and that's at Bees.Social. So Bees.Social. And we also wanted to let people know that Bees.Social, we also are a group that supports and loves on some other tokens as well, and other groups to help support them with what they're doing. Because as part of being a bee is to encourage other people to be almost like a venture capitalist for other groups and other tokens. And so one of them that we have, we refer to as WAFU, and that's an acronym, WYFU. So Wafus, they are on the Ethereum blockchain, and they have a new announcement that there's a public NFT mint of anime limited Wafu girls that will be held on Monday the 14th, which is today.
Yay.
And you can go to anime.limited to learn more about the Wafu girls. And they're all very cute anime, all dolled up. There was an anime girl, a Wafu girl, with us at NFT Connect at the NFT Connect Arizona, and she was quite adorable with her orange hair and cute smile. So, did you get to engage with her at all, Donna?
Oh, I did. I had the opportunity to sit and chat with her a little bit, and she was absolutely delightful. She's gotten into marketing and through the Web3 and all of that, and she's just really taken it on. She's learned as she's been going along, and she is a very bright young lady, and I think she's going to go very far with what she's doing. And one thing about the Mint, I did see an announcement just a few minutes ago that it's going to be moved up 2 hours. So if people are waiting to mint right now, it's going to be postponed for 2 hours. So then they're going to be minting today.
Good to know for those who don't like the teasing. They and now they know they can eat a bite before. Tal,
Right.
did you get a chance to meet with the Wafu girl running around with orange hair while you were there?
I don't think so. I don't believe I did.
Yeah, she was bright in personality and bright in hair color, but otherwise just an adorable presence among us in the group. So she just was absolutely adorable. And I engaged with her, but yeah, so very little. I mean, she just was an excellent. She was an excellent Wafu anime description. Of her walking around and being a representative of who they are and what they're showing for anime. She did a good job. So it was quite fun to see people there in costume. And then of course we had other bees wearing bee paraphernalia. JC Jerry, our one friend, had an adorable bee hat. I don't know if you saw that, Tall, but it was.
I saw someone with a bee hat. 100% was very
That
cute.
was quite fun. So, what is next for you? That'll be my next question, and then I'll turn it back over to Donna and Ellen.
What is you asking me? What is the next step for me?
Yeah.
That was the question. Next step for me. Wow, it depends on what. Well, I have so many things on my plate right now. I have a lot of future steps. I'm basically, well, I can tell you that my next step is having a baby, probably. That's coming soon. It's if I want it or not, it's coming up. And no, I want it. Just God knows where I'm going to put it in my schedule, but yes, I'll figure that out when he's going to come out. But yeah, I'm working on this project of mine that related to assisting women in need, but that's a different story. But I'll share it more when I'll be able to. And I also working on my my little other baby, which is my company, obviously. That we are growing exponentially and really. Happy to support so many beautiful projects and artists around from all over the world, and it just keeps on growing. So there's always something to do. It's always busy. We also have a lot of IRLs in my area. My hubby is a private chef, so we do exclusive NFT dinners for some OGs and some NFT names in the industry that we are hosting in our restaurant. And he's also doing it privately as well. And yeah, so there's a lot of going on, a lot of conferences that I'm attending. And soon I cannot fly anymore until I'm having the baby. But right after I have the NFT NYC coming up. I'm speaking there as well. Yeah, so never boring. a lot of plans all the time.
That's exciting. Very exciting. Good for you. So, my goodness, we have covered 35 minutes already. Can you believe it? So, give us, give us your best advice. How do you remain open to all of the things that are coming through in crypto and in, oh my goodness, NFTs. And I like the smart contracts personally. But how do you stay open to everything?
First of all, open, it's a keyword. You have to be open-minded, open heart, open soul, and open your door for opportunities. Step into them. Don't miss them out, because you never know what's gonna be the best one out of them. A lot of people have a lot of opportunities, but they're just skipping them. They're going under their nose, and they're not taking that. And I can tell you that since I've got pregnant, I've been traveling more than I was before. Suddenly I flew like a few times a month for different opportunities that I've got, because I didn't want to miss them out, and it was the best thing I've done. First of all, it took away the pregnancy issues. I was always busy, so no nauseous. I didn't pay attention to the nauseous and everything. Um, but um, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about keep your mind open. First say yes, then check. Anything you receive on your doorstep, I always first of all say sure, let's see what is it about, not saying no to opportunities, to ideas, to the universe who brings you stuff. And be positive, be a compassionate person, be kind. That's the only thing we really need to do, and all the rest will come, and
Yes,
yeah.
yes. It all kind of falls into place. And you say, wow,
Exactly.
look at that. um, let's see. We have a question happening. The waifu girl, her name is Kita. Is that correct? Am I
Yes.
right about that? Yes.
Keep
Okay. Um, how do we participate with her?
With me.
Oh, no, Ellen's asking our producer, Tim, probably through anime.limited, if people wanted to say that they had their picture with her or something like that. That's probably it.
Okay.
And I'm glad to know her name, because she told me at the time, but I didn't have it anywhere right in front of me so that I could ask her again. And then,
Okay.
Tal, I do have another question for you, because a lot of us have special projects that we're working on, things that are important to us. And Donna's having an earthquake right now, so we're
I
worried
am sorry about that.
about
I touched my phone and it went away.
when it went away. um, so for Donna, for example, Donna and her husband, they help support people going through addiction and recovery, and they provide housing for them to be independent. So they've got some really great projects and stuff going on. Ellen, I don't know what Ellen's. So Ellen, what is your passion project? What do you get excited about, Ellen?
Oh man, there's so much to select from. And as I watch them closely and I see how they developed, what I try to do is just remain open and supportive and to see where the project is trying to go. And then I'll lend my expertise. I'll make some suggestions, try this, try that, and see what happens. And they come back and they say, oh, that really worked. I'm like, yes. So, um, I don't have any favorite at the moment, but I know someone's going to come along and that will be my favorite. So, the moment I get it, I will certainly share it because that's
Well,
the
that's
way
good
we
to
help
know.
each other grow,
Good,
right?
good to know that we have an Ellen that, depending on what you got out there, you might have an Ellen supporter behind you. For me, I'm helping with a couple different projects. I have the Keep Smiling movement. So we go around and take pictures of people holding the Keep Smiling card, and we have towels, and we have Donna now. So now we can create a bee book, so we can talk about how bees create smiles around the world, and do that. And then I want to be cognizant. Okay, so with you being in from Israel, and certainly with what's going on in the Ukraine, that's become another passion project. I'm thinking about the people there and how to help them and the refugees, and that got me thinking about you, Tal, because you had mentioned about wanting to help women and babies. So I didn't know if you wanted to address that more.
Well, I'm actually currently working on that. Exactly. As I said, I can't expose yet all the details because it's still in process, but we are focusing our energies on women in war, and building something extensive, you say, something that is going to help to deliver so much. If that's gonna when that's gonna work, when that's gonna be up, I'll be able to share it. But it's something that is life changing, and I am very emotionally excited about that. I am, first of all, as a mother to a daughter. Second, as someone who has grown up in a country of war, in Israel, and always surrounded by people, likewise us, but politicians and all kind of um, other extremes that don't really like us, and all kind of things. I'm not gonna go into it, but I believe uh, I'm a firmly believer in peace, like most of the people, by the way, like probably 98% of Israelis, and I'm sure a big percentage of all the countries that surrounding Israel. Everyone wants peace. It's not about us. It's about all the extremes inside each side, and also in the politicians and money that drives the world. Unfortunately, not in good ways. And yeah, so I am able to, since I have a lot of influence and I have a lot of communities and people that are listening and part of my journey, I am able to help. And I've always done that for many years with different occasions. I was speaking in home for women in Israel a lot when I lived there. I established incubator for children to learn how to work with the digital marketing assets. I've done that in Beverly Hills as well. Again, for volunteering that my time for that, and with love. And I also work with, as I said, infant and babies that are in need, that were abandoned, and with mothers. So I am definitely diving all into it, and I have tears in my eyes just talking about this project. But I can't really release it right now. I'm just we're gonna get to that point, and I'm gonna shout it out with all my lungs about this project, because I want to help every single woman out there that is not only in war, but in daily war, in poverty, in violence war, in so many kind of wars women are going through in real life, that it's just heartbreaking, and it's just unbelievable. Sometimes it's not, you can't catch it in your head, but it happens, and I'll do everything to help as much as I can. So
Well, thank you for. I know that you had captured, touched it a little bit, and thank you for allowing me to push you a little bit further to tell us more without telling us anything specific. And so, thank you, because hopefully we could keep honor your launch and your big reveal for when that comes, and yet still give us that big teaser so that we understand the heart and soul behind what's behind that and how important that is to you. And and is there anything else, Ellen and Donna, that you would like to ask of Tala before we let her go?
I do have a question, and that is with respect to cryptocurrency, quantum computing seems to be back on the radar. And I wonder if you, Tal, have any thoughts about quantum computing?
no, not really. Not
Okay,
really. It's out of my expertise range, or not something that I'm dealing with at the moment. And
okay. Well, just remember you heard it here first.
I will remember. I will. I wrote it down to myself. I'm going to record you guys, and I'll make sure I remember that.
Good.
Awesome.
Okay.
And
Well,
Donna, anything else there from you?
Yes, I just wanted to thank Tal for being on the show, and whoops, I dropped you. Being really able to let us know what you are doing, and definitely someone I like to follow, because you were a bee before you got a bee. So, being in a community that is compassionate and cares about the world is the biggest attraction to me, that we can go out and make a difference, even though there's all of these things going on and chaos in the world. I feel like for once I have a way, an avenue to move forward in a positive way. So I really appreciate you being here, and good luck with your new baby.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And I want to thank you, ladies, for having me here. It's been pleasure getting to know you, and let's all continue to distribute and help as much as we can with, even every single small thing that everyone is doing for someone else is big. Everyone is a whole world, so even if we help one person, we help the whole world. So let's be all kind, compassion, and hope for peace.
Well, I
And
want to
speaking
thank
of,
you
oh,
personally.
sorry.
Go ahead. Oh, I
I,
just
I,
want to
what?
thank you. All right, I'll go. I'll go. Okay. I want to thank you, Tal, for coming. Reading about you is one thing. Meeting you is something else again, because you're very warm, very personable, and I hope you will come back and join us when your schedule allows you to. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having.
it'll be fun to see the birth of the baby, and hear what's going on with that. And you mentioned something about peace, and I wanted to remind people to keep their eyes and ears open. We have a special project that was signed at the NFT Connect conference. It is a painting by Archer, who is a famous painter of a close up of Snoop Dogg, and it was signed by Snoop Dogg, and that is going to be displayed at different places and up for auction to raise money for alcohol addiction and suicide prevention in collaboration with some other agencies. And there is a song that's going to be released soon to help spur support and funding and donations to go towards helping the people who are in this war situation. And we know that extends more, for not only in the Ukraine, but the people beyond that. And so we have boots on the ground where we can make sure that that money is appropriated the right way. And so I did want to let people know. In fact, I just got a phone call about it, but I said I can't take the call to find out whether I can fully announce it yet or not. So, but I did want to let people know to keep their eyes and ears open, because we're going to be asking everyone to help us make that go viral so that we can really share this message of peace and how people can get along. So, and again, thanks, Tal. It was really great getting to know you, and I had such a pleasure laughing with you and having a good time. So, if that's it, I guess. Oh, Tal, please, parting words.
No, that's it. Just wanted to thank you very much for the opportunity, and it has been a pleasure, and I'm looking forward for the future to come.
Thank you. And again, for her Instagram, it's Social Lady Com. So you can find her on Instagram, or her website is social-lady.com. And you can find us, remember, on YouTube at BeesSocialTV. And thank you to Ellen J. Harris Management Company and the Red Carpet Connection for being supporters of this, as well as our producer, Tim Judge. And of course, Donna, thanks always for your support and everything that you and Richard do, Donna and Richard Hopkins. So thank you so much. And you guys have been, now you get to get out your phone, remember, because at the end we do the Opus ID, so you can be mining on your Opus ID app. And for those who are just hearing that for the first time, if you go to your Google app or Google Play, or depending on what kind of phone you have store, download do is hit the little QR codes, and then you mine your own cryptocurrency every week for free. So thank you so much for joining us. And we'll have another great show for you. And I'll be calling in live from San Diego from the Secret Knock conference. So we'll talk to you then. Thanks.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.